Jessica Carter sat on the edge of her bed, staring at her phone screen as the notification popped up again. Bank alert, your account is overdrawn by $212. It was the 4th time this year. She sighed, rubbing her temples. 32 years old, a public school teacher in Atlanta. Her paycheck had come in just 6 days ago, $2,400 after taxes, and somehow it was already gone. She scrolled through her expenses, coffee on the way to school, lunch with co-workers, a couple of Uber rides, groceries, Netflix, Spotify, nothing extravagant, just life. And yet, somehow, every month, she ended up broke. That night, Jessica called her mum, voice heavy with guilt. "Mum, I messed up again. Can I borrow a little until next Friday?" Her mum, a retired nurse living on a modest pension, didn't hesitate. "Of course, honey. How much this time?" "Maybe 200? Her mother sighed, the kind of sigh that comes from love and worry all at once. "All right, I'll transfer it tonight." It wasn't the first time. Jessica had borrowed so many last times, she'd lost count. The conversation that changed everything. The next morning, Jessica sat at her mum's small kitchen table, sipping coffee. "Mum, I don't get it," she said, voice cracking. "I don't buy luxury stuff. I don't go on trips, but somehow my money disappears." Her mother, Denise Carter, looked at her daughter with that calm wisdom only years and mistakes can give. "Jess, the problem isn't what you earn," she said softly. "It's how you spend. You're not broke. You're just not paying attention." Jessica frowned. "That's not fair, Mom. I do try to pay attention." Her mother smiled, stood up, and opened a drawer. She pulled out a small, worn-out notebook. "I want to show you something," she said, placing it on the table. "When your dad and I almost lost this house 30 years ago, a neighbor taught me something that saved us." Jessica leaned forward. "What was it?" Her mum tapped the cover of the notebook. "It's called the 24-hour rule. Every time you want to buy something, anything that's not essential, write it down, then wait 24 hours. If you still want it the next day, buy it. If not, cross it off." Jessica chuckled. "That sounds ridiculous." Her mother smiled. "So did I, until it worked." The first week. That Sunday, Jessica downloaded a notes app and created a folder titled Wait 24. Monday morning, she craved her usual Starbucks on the way to school. Instead, she pulled out her phone and typed caramel latte, $6, Monday, 7:20 a.m. Then she walked right past the cafe. At lunch, her co-workers invited her to order delivery. She typed again, DoorDash lunch, $40, Monday, 12:15 p.m. Instead, she went to the Teacher S Lounge and ate the sandwich she de-packed in the morning. By the end of the day, her list had 8 items. When she reviewed them the next morning, she realized she didn't need most of them. The craving was gone. The impulse had passed. She only bought one thing, a birthday gift for her niece. Total savings that week, $86. For the first time in years, she felt something new. Control. Temptation. Week 2 was harder. By Wednesday, Jessica's friends invited her out for dinner. She hesitated. She didn't write it down this time. She went, spent $58. The next morning, guilt settled in like a hangover. She called her mum. "Maybe this isn't sustainable," she said. "I can't live counting every dollar." Her mum's voice was warm but firm. "It's not about restriction, Jess. It's about awareness. Spend on what matters, but make sure you decide to spend, not just react." That stuck with her. The next weekend, she divided her spending into 3 lists: needs, rent, groceries, gas; wants, clothes, dinners out; whims, everything else. Every want or whim went through the 24-hour test. If she still wanted it the next day, she'd ask herself one question: Is this worth the hours I work to earn it? Her hourly pay was about $24 after taxes. That's $72 dress. That was 3 hours of standing in front of restless fourth graders. Was it worth it? Sometimes yes, most times no. By the end of the month, Jessica had spent $920 instead of $1,300, saving $380, enough to pay off her overdraft and still have money left in her account. But something deeper had changed. She wasn't chasing security anymore, she was building it. 2 months later, Jessica Carter sat at the same kitchen table, but everything felt different. No frantic calls to the bank, no texts asking her mom for help, just peace. Her balance wasn't huge, $200 in checking, $400 in savings, but for the first time in years it felt like enough. She took a sip of coffee, opened her notes app, and smiled. Inside her Wait 24 folder were dozens of little decisions. Each one a moment where she had chosen awareness over impulse. A $45 Uber she never took. A $90 jacket she never bought. A $200 online course she realized she didn't even want. Every one of those no S had quietly built the foundation of a better yes. The ripple effect. At school, people started noticing. Her co-workers saw her bring lunch from home more often, say no politely to after-work outings, and still look calm. "Jess," said her colleague Sandra one Friday, "how are you always so relaxed about money now? I swear my paycheck disappears in a week." Jessica smiled, remembering that same frustration in her own voice months earlier. "It's simple," she said. "You just wait." Sandra frowned. "Wait for what?" 24 hours, Jessica said, tapping her phone. "Before you buy anything that isn't essential, write it down and wait a day. You'll be shocked at how many things you don't actually need." Sandra laughed at first. But 2 weeks later, she called Jessica to say she'd saved $150 just by waiting. That day, Jessica realized the rule wasn't just changing her life, it was spreading. Turning point. By the 3rd month, Jessica had saved over $900. Enough to finally pay back every dollar she owed her mum. When she handed her the envelope, Denise's hands trembled. "Oh, honey," she whispered, her eyes filling with tears. "It's not the money, it's seeing you take control." Jessica smiled through her own tears. "For the first time, Mum, I feel like an adult." Her mother squeezed her hand. "Do you know what the 24-hour rule really teaches?" she asked. Jessica shook her head. "It teaches you to value your time, because money is just time turned into paper. Every dollar you spend is an hour of your life you traded for it. When you learn to respect that, everything changes." Jessica sat there quietly, those words echoing in her mind. A new mindset. From then on, every purchase became a question. Is this worth the hours I work to earn it? A $12 movie ticket? Yes, worth the joy. A 7 Impulse latte? No, not this time. She wasn't depriving herself, she was deciding with purpose. By month 5, Jessica had built up $2,000 in savings, more than she had ever had in her life. She opened a separate account labeled Future Jess. Every payday, she transferred $300 automatically. She paid herself first. Her friends still teased her for being too disciplined, but secretly a few started asking for her advice. And Jessica realized something profound. People don't need more money, they need more awareness. The breakthrough. 6 months after starting the rule, Jessica enrolled in a night course on personal finance for educators. It cost $600, something she never could have afforded before. But this time, it wasn't a whim, it was an investment. She learned about budgeting, debt management, and the psychology of spending. And every lesson connected back to her mother's simple phrase, "Wait one day." By the end of the course, Jessica wasn't just managing her money, she was managing her life. She volunteered to lead a short workshop for new teachers titled The 24-Hour Rule: How to Control Your Money Before It Controls You. At first, only 3 people showed up. By the 3rd session, there were over 30. People brought notebooks, questions, even stories of their own. One young teacher said, "Last month I was going to buy a new iPhone. I waited 24 hours, ended up fixing the old one for $80 instead. I saved $900. The room applauded. Jessica's eyes filled with tears. She had become the kind of person she once looked up to. Someone with calm, control, and purpose. The final lesson. A year later, Jessica and her mum sat again at that same kitchen table. The old notebook, the one that started it all, was open between them. Her mother smiled. "Do you see, Jess? It's never about the money, it's about peace." Jessica nodded. For years, she had chased comfort in little things, coffees, meals, impulsive buys, thinking they made her happy. Now she understood. Real comfort comes from knowing you're not at war with your own choices. She looked at her mum and said softly, "Waiting one day changed everything." Her mum smiled. Patience always does. Jessica turned off her phone, leaned back in her chair, and for the first time in her adult life felt truly free. Not because she had more, but because she finally needed less. Moral. Sometimes the difference between chaos and control is just one day. The 24-hour rule isn't about saving money, it's about saving yourself.